But yeah, anyways, we've literally been talking for a half an hour.
We have been. Should we?
We should go. I guess we should go.
Should we talk about Harry Potter? Should we talk about Ronald Weasley?
We're going to talk about him today. You know it. This week we read chapter 19 called The Silver Doe. Not dough as in bread dough. Doe as in deer, a female deer. Mm-hmm. Adam, what happens in this chapter?
In this chapter, Harry is visited by...
Three spirits.
Three spirits. He is visited by a woodland specter.
Oh, yeah. Great expression.
And thank you. And welcomes back a dear friend into the fold.
More than one deer. More than one deer in this story.
Okay. So the chapter starts out, Hermione's taking watch. Harry's having dreams again. He's back to dreaming.
Yeah.
We're always dreaming.
Yeah,
I'm actually really tired of hearing about Harry's dreams. I'm over it, to be quite honest. But it's not gonna. It doesn't end here.
It's not ending. Yeah. It's continuing.
Book's not done. He also, when he was like having these dreams, and then he woke up and Hermione was like, "I felt like we were being watched. I felt like people were walking around.
Yeah.
I thought I heard people talking, but I wasn't sure."
Yeah.
Crazy that she thought that was happening, but then let Harry like continue to sleep.
And Harry also thought that was happening.
Yes,
like,
he did.
In his dream. So I was like, that would be I would be like, oh, well, someone must be out there. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, well.
Right. So they decide to leave where they had camped quickly instead of like waiting the usual like into the morning or whatever. They did an early checkout at the hotel. And so they have decided to disapparate. They're now like so paranoid because of like the Voldemort situation.
Yes.
They're disapparating after they take everything down with like under the invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
So like they can't be seen at all at any point. Because again, they're surrounded by these protections that would keep out all people.
Should be keeping out everyone. Yeah.
Hermione takes them to the Forest of Dean. Now, I was going to look up where this is because I'm assuming it's a real place.
I think it's in Scotland, isn't it? Or like up north.
It is a geographical, historical, and cultural region in the western part of the County of Gloucestershire in England.
Is that
It
north?
forms a roughly triangular plateau surrounded by River Wye to the west and northwest, Herefordshire to the north. Herefordshire. The River Severn to the south, and the city of Gloucester to the east.
Can I just see it on a map, please? Why won't it just show me on the map?
Show me a fucking map. Good Lord. Wow, it's so...
Oh, no, it's south. I thought it was... Why did I think it was north? That's so weird. Yeah, it's like near Cardiff.
Oh, it's near Cardiff, of course. Darling.
Do you know what, though? Where is that? What is it?
Gloucester. I found Gloucester.
Yeah.
And I found the
Hereford.
River Severn.
Yeah, it's close to Newport, Bristol, Bath. That's
It's on that, near. Like, kind of narrow bay channel thing.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. It's on the border with Wales. Or nearby, I should say.
Yeah, it is close to Wales, yeah.
Fun. Well, that's lovely.
That's so cool. Well, now I'm glad we looked.
Pictures look crazy.
I totally thought it was north, so I'm glad that wasn't
Did you know...
Oh, I'm thinking of Aberdeen. That's what I'm thinking of.
Did you know that the Appalachian Mountains is the same the same geographical mountain range as like the Highlands of Scotland?
Really?
Like
no.
That's how old the Appalachian Mountains are. It's like from Pangea, and then it like split apart.
Whoa. I want to see,
Isn't that
like,
crazy?
you know how sometimes they'll show you how they were connected?
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see. Whoa.
Yeah, it's truly wild. Because Ari and I are both on Spooky Talk sometimes from time to time.
I love Spooky Talk. Yes, did you get like a good video recently?
I am on deep in Appalachian Spooky Talk, which is like, it's so scary. They talk about how like there's these whistling creatures that like you're just supposed to ignore them. You can't go out. You can't acknowledge them. If you acknowledge them, it's over. It's curtains. Yeah. It's curtains.
You said there was, when you were doing the what is it called? Narrating your guys' walkthrough of Magic Kingdom, and you were talking about how if you ever had to like pick up like smelly trash, it would be curtains for you. And you were about to say, you were like, I don't know what I'd have to do. And I was like, it'd be curtains for you in my head. And then you were like, it'd be curtains for me. And I was like, we've known each other too long.
Too long.
Oh my God. I will never forget. Were you there when Amada was telling us that story of like a man, like it was like a Venezuelan folk tale of a man that like would whistle? And then I remember like anytime I would hear whistling, I would get so scared. And my friend Adele, who you met at the wedding, in her house one time, she was talking about her house being haunted because her daughter talked about someone was talking to her in the backyard down by where they have this little like, not like stream. What is it called? Like a man-made little like down by like the water.
Down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna be with my baby.
And then when I was over there, we were talking about that, and we even did like, we tried to do the thing where you record it and see if anything comes through on the phone. But nothing came through. But then when we were there together, we thought we heard someone whistling, but then we were like, oh, it probably was just Brent, her husband, because he was like down the hall, you know, like working on something on the computer. And then later, I was like, when he came out, we were like, were you whistling? And he was like,
congrats to him. Congrats to Brent for coming out.
I thought you were saying congrats to him for working. No. No, he came out from the room, and then he was like, we were like, were you whistling? Did you whistle earlier? Because like he was recording stuff, and he was like, no. No. Oh, no. And then we were like, because we definitely heard a whistle. It was very spooky.
That's so scary. If RJ ever heard a whistle, he would know it's something paranormal because I famously cannot whistle at all. So,
at all? Oh, okay.
At all.
Yeah.
Tried many times in my life, and I don't get it. So
that's why I hate over here, like because of the way that the windows are set up, they have these little like vents that you can open and close above the windows. And even if they are closed sometimes, if the wind is really bad, you will hear the whistling through. And I hate it because it always makes me think of that. Like the whistling sound. So always, there'll be like a half a second where I'm like, oh God, it's like a spirit whistling. And then I'm like, no, it's just the window. Like, but like that split second before where I'll be like, you know, I hate it.
Yeah. But I've been on Appalachian like whistling talk where like people have like videos of them being like,
oh, you just sent that to
me. They're just recording themselves like just being like not reacting, but being like, and then the text is like, listen to the whistling, and then they just like walk away. They're just like, we're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Adam, there was next time you get one, you have to send it to me.
I'll have to send it to you. There was, because apparently it's like, it only happens at night or something like that. And then this girl was in her bedroom, and it was like 7 a.m. Like it was like dawn. And she was like, I hear it in my room. Like that was the text on the screen. And I was like, I I would leave. I would move.
I don't know what I would do.
Not...
I genuinely don't know what I would do because I am just such a believer in the spiritual. Do you know what I would do now? Actually, I'm going to be so serious right now. I would be like, no, Khaleesi and Jack, please come here. No. I would be like, nope, you are not allowed to be here. Only my dog. I need my dog's spirits. I would literally be like, you guys, come and intercept this spirit because now you're angels. So that's literally what I would do. I would be like, nope. Because I believe in the spiritual world too much to not take it seriously. Like I would just be like, no, we're not doing that.
Well,
yeah, anyway.
So Harry and Hermione are in the Forest of Dean.
I'm not even mad. I could talk about spooky talk and spooky things for so long.
If I find the Appalachian ones, I'll have to forward them to you because they are the scare, like, it's just something so about the Appalachian, because they're so old. Like, the Appalachian Mountains are ancient. Like, they're so old.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So Harry and Hermione, they go to the Forest of Dean. That's where Hermione, because she said she, like, camped there once. So that's where she took them. There's this line that made no sense to me, and it just bumped me because it is not what I would think of that would make sense. In the thing, it is described that after 2 nights of little sleep, Harry's senses were more alert. And I was like, wouldn't it be the opposite? Wouldn't you be less alert because you've had no sleep?
That's not the right. What she's trying to say is like he was like on edge, like. He was like, that's how she should say it. It's like every little thing made him like
is keeping
jumpy.
him up.
Yeah,
That's why he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like a weird, I was like, oh, you know, when you don't sleep and then you're more ready to drive a car. You know, that thing.
Yeah. That's a weird way of saying that.
Yeah.
You just be like, because he hasn't gotten enough sleep that then he's like, like jumpy.
Yeah. So he is on watch. Hermione's asleep. He does have the locket. I'm going to include this just so everybody knows that he is technically wearing the locket. She does not explain that he is until much later in the scene. But he's wearing the locket. There's not much going on. He doesn't hear anything really outside the tent. He's just kind of hanging out. Doesn't
he think he hears something? I thought this was where he thought or maybe is it, I'm thinking of when he was sleeping in the beginning, actually.
He says that his senses are more alert, and ever since the Godric's Hollow incident, he's just been, like, on edge. And then it says, he remembered the sound of a cloak slithering over dead leaves many years ago, and at once thought he heard it again before mentally shaking himself. Their protective enchantments had worked for weeks. Why should they break now? And yet he could not throw off the feeling that something was different tonight. But it's different than when they describe being like, they heard, like, definitely, like, it seemed like somebody was walking around. Maybe they thought they saw. Yeah. This is more of a premonition of what's to come. So it was very dark. He considers, like, taking out the Marauders map to, like, just watch Ginny sleep. And then he remembers that it's Christmas holiday, so she's not even home anyway.
Yeah, not that that's creepy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I would do that too. I like to look at people's locations sometimes.
But isn't it weird? I would spend, if you're that worried that's like Snape is nefarious, I would spend all my time just watching Snape. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. At least sometimes.
Yeah. So he's on watch outside the tent. So he's like, it's so dark in the forest. There's like no light. It's literally so dark. He considers like putting his hand up to his face to see if he can even see his fingers. Yeah. And then all of a sudden a glowing light comes from amidst the trees.
Out of the woods.
It comes closer. He's prepared to like be like, what the fuck is happening? And a silver doe emerges, Robert. Robert. It comes out of the trees. Okay. It's a silver doe, guys. It's a silver doe. Just remember that. It's a silver doe.
Just keep that in mind.
Use context clues. Use your brain. But it's a silver doe. Comes out of the forest, and immediately he is like, I have to follow her.
She's here for me.
He figures out, he's like, I think it's a Patronus. That's the energy, is giving Patronus energy, but he doesn't see anybody around her who could have conjured her. But he's like, I trust this. Now, this is the exact same thing that just happened with Batilda, by the way. He was like, I'm going to trust her to go upstairs.
I was like, babe, as well,
you it was just did this.
Because he did the whole, he literally said, like, she was here for him and him alone. And I was like,
yes.
Shouldn't we be a bit more cautious of this now?
Just bring Hermione.
Yeah, what is
it's
the big...
fine. Just bring her.
It's not that big of a deal. Yeah.
Do you think the doe's going to be like, sorry, is this actually an exclusive event? We're really not allowing any plus ones to this party we're doing over here at the lake.
She's just gonna like poof as soon as Hermione comes out.
So anyway, Harry decides to follow the doe through the forest. He follows it deeper and deeper, and it leads him to a forest pool, a pool of water in the forest. And as he he has Hermione's wand, as he's using the wand, Lumos to like look and see what he sees. There is like a glint of like a silvery object at the bottom of the pool, and he realizes it's the sword of Gryffindor. There is a layer of ice on the top of the pool. It's winter. So he immediately is like, wow, I have to get the sword. He tries Accio. Shockingly doesn't work. How good is this fucking spell if it doesn't work half the fucking time? Like, what a useless piece of shit spell. So he's like, well, I know immediately that it's gonna I have to... He tries another way. He's like, well, the last time I got the Sword of Gryffindor, I needed help. Yeah. So he just goes, help. Help. Point me.
Yeah, point me.
Help. And then nothing happens. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go in and get the fucking sword. Yeah. I have to dive into this. I can't even wait till it's spring.
How she worded this was kind of like funny to you, because it was like, because the help didn't work, then it was like, and now he knew what he must do, what he knew he was going to have to do from the moment he walked up and he saw that pond. Like, it was, I don't know how she worded it, but I was like, okay, well, that was a little weird. That, he tried those other things then, that it was like he knew for a fact he was going to have to do something brave and like, you know, really show that he really was
a true a Gryffindor boy through and through.
I guess, yeah. I was like, all right.
And something about, there was like an implication that like the chivalry of not letting Hermione do it was like,
he didn't know how this was necessarily chivalrous. I was like, well, okay. I don't know how much chivalrous needs to be.
I'm looking up the definition.
Yes, there's plenty of women that. What does chivalrous mean for a woman then?
Okay, so here's the definition. The term chivalry derives from the Old French term chevalerie, which can be translated as horse soldiery. Originally, the term referred only to horse-mounted men from the French word for cheval, but later it became associated with knightly ideals.
Yeah.
When does it change to being about women?
Yeah. Traditionally associated with men, a woman can certainly display similar acts of courtesy, respect, and honor towards others, regardless of gender. Yes, but like where?
Like if historically it's about knights, then that makes sense that it's like a knightly kind of like whatever.
Yeah. It's like ultimately the core of chivalry lies in thoughtful and considerate behavior, which is admirable in anyone. So it's just like being considerate of another person, I guess. But yeah, she's going in the wrong direction with chivalry in this moment.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's chivalry. So he's like, well, I got to do it. He defendos the ice. It breaks apart so he can like go through the pool. He takes off all of his clothes, strips down right to his little skivvies, and he jumps in, heading to the bottom. It's so fucking cold. He's like immediately attacked by how cold. Like it's a level of cold that there's no way I would do it.
I'm like
This
trying
is why
to
I'm not a
think-
Gryffindor, by the way.
Yeah, that's why we're Hufflepuffs. We're like, oh
Yeah.
no, we'll be just cozy and comfortable.
I would
thank
just wait till the
you.
morning when I was like, maybe at least it'll be like warm.
It'll still be there
a
in the
little
morning.
warmer.
Yeah.
Hello?
It's not going anywhere. There's ice.
Yeah, it's been here since
I'll just keep an
for
eye
a
on
year
it.
now.
Yeah.
So he goes down. He finally submerges his head under the water to go and reach it. As soon as he like grabs the hilt, the Horcrux around his neck, like basically is like, all right, it's over for you, Diva Boots.
It's curtains.
It's curtains for Harry Potter. The Horcrux is trying to choke the life out of him. Like,
Literally.
I'm picturing. Isn't there a scene in Lord of the Rings where the ring also like tries to like drift away
Tighten
from
on
something?
on
I feel like
Frodo.
they're while they're underwater. Maybe not. Maybe I'm totally misremembering a sequence in the bog or whatever. But
I mean, this does happen with Harry in the movie. That he's like trying
Yeah.
to like pull it.
so it's tightening around his neck. It's definitely gonna kill him. It's curtains. It's curtains for Potter.
Yeah.
But he is all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's on the side of the
Yeah, there's
bank
like
of the
arms
pool.
that he says arms are like grabbing him. Yeah.
Yeah. And he is like coughing and he realizes that he has been rescued. He initially is like, oh, Hermione rescued me yet again.
Yeah.
Because I can't do this
Yeah.
alone. And then he realizes it's a deep cough and big feet. And he realizes that it's Ronald Weasley that saved him.
Yeah. He's back.
So he's back. Ron's back. He asks him if he's mental, which is it's a very funny first line.
Yeah, and we know it's Ron. Like if you're
Yep.
a reader of these books, you know it's Ron saying that.
So this is where now Ron is going to reveal part of his story as to how he showed up tonight with Harry.
Yeah.
The first part. Or really the second part of his story. The first part we'll get a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so Ron said that the doe he followed the doe to Harry.
As well, yeah.
And so that's how, and then he just he saw Harry, he followed Harry, the doe led him to Harry, he followed Harry to the pool.
Yeah.
He saw Harry jump in, and then when he was like, oh, it's been a little too long, he went in to rescue him.
Yeah.
Ron thought there had been movement over by a couple trees.
Ron also thought that the Patronus was Harry's at first.
Yes.
But then he's like,
And
I
then-
thought it looked different because it didn't have antlers.
Yes, Harry's like, well, mine's a stag, which I do think it's very funny because I'm nearly positive as a child reading the books originally back in book 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I had no idea what a fucking stag was. I had no clue. I did not know it was a deer.
That's funny.
So,
and you never
yes.
questioned it then? You were just like, oh, I guess it's a stag.
A stag.
What did you imagine
a stag.
in your
I
mind?
have no idea. I just was like, it's a stag, whatever.
That's so funny.
I think it did describe in book 3. It says it has antlers. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it maybe I thought it was a moose.
A moose, yeah. Or an elk.
So Harry goes over to where Ron had indicated that there had been movement, but there was nobody was there. There's no footsteps. Okay. I'm only bringing this up because I don't even know if it comes back later. I literally don't remember. So I was like, I'm just going to mention it.
Yeah.
So Harry is like, well, we have the sword.
We've got it. It's
And then
here.
he has this realization that it's Ron that has to be the one to destroy the Horcrux.
It's another gut feeling thing that he's like, I know.
Another
it's gotta
gut
be you.
feeling. So he it doesn't okay. I'll talk about it after I say it. So he has this intuition.
It's his gut. It's because his gut feelings cannot always be trusted. He's so sure of with Batty. He's like, oh yeah, I've got to go and be with her. And then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I fell into that trap. So it's weird to say it in that way right after something so disastrous just happened. And he had this such a gut feeling that he had to go there. It's like,
Because if you really
But we
think
know how that
about
went.
it, if the implication is like Ron has to do it because he was the most affected by the Horcrux, which
Yeah.
seems to be the implication,
Yeah.
then wouldn't Ginny have had to be the one to like destroy the diary? Because
Yeah,
like it didn't
yeah,
affect.
in that situation,
I mean,
yeah.
Harry did also write in the diary, so he had like he
Some
had kind
small
of used
connection,
it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So he's like, Ron, you have to do it. He just has this realization that like, oh, I have to open the locket with parcel tongue. That's how it's supposed to open.
Yeah, and I didn't
And
like
then-
how this was worded either. That it was like, oh yeah,
He
he knew
just
he was
knew.
right as soon as he had the thought. I was
This
like,
whole
no.
chapter, I'll be so honest, I like the chapter, but I do think the whole chapter is just like a set of a set of coincidences, like the dough, and then like
Everything's very
Ron,
convenient.
and like
Everything
everything
was,
is
like,
very
too
like oh, and it
easy.
just works out perfect.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas miracle, is what it is. Mm-hmm. So he says, you have to open it, or I'm going to open it, and then you have to destroy it. Ron argues with him at first and is like, I'm more affected by this than anyone. Like, it took the thoughts that I was technically, yes, already thinking and, like, exacerbated
Yeah.
them and then made me crazy. And then as soon as I would take it off, I would, like, be like, oh, I'm back to normal. This thing affects me.
Yeah.
I wish there
like,
was, like, an explanation why, but it's fine.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what are we supposed to take from that? That Ron just...
I don't know,
'Cause
because
he
it's not
had-
like all of these individual Horcruxes have different traits, right? Like if it was
No.
like, almost like if it was like she had like set it up that like somehow they were like the different. I'm reading or I'm listening to an audiobook that's like about the 7 deadly sins. So if it was like grafted onto that, where it was like each of them represent a different sin, and like
Yeah.
it attracts like a person who's more susceptible to that kind of sin. Like that would be interesting. That's not what she's doing. I'm not saying she should have done that. It's just
Yeah.
the Horcruxes kind of don't. It's not like Nagini has like a specific effect. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So he's like, no, you have to do it. It has to be you. Blah blah blah. He convinces Ron. He opens the locket. Inside the locket, the two like windows of the locket are the two handsome eyeballs of Tom Riddle. Yet again, we have to describe Tom Riddle as handsome.
We
it's
just
so funny.
gotta talk about
Harry,
how hot
you
he is.
are bisexual. Deal with it. Open it. Open yourself up.
He is. He's a bi boy.
Bye, boy.
Bi boy.
He opens it up and immediately it like sets its sights on Ron and is like, Ronald.
Ron.
Don't you hate your fucking friends? Aren't you a fucking loser, Ron?
Yeah, yeah.
It brings up that like I don't even know. It's so weird. It brings up that like allegedly Molly had always wanted a daughter, and yet like Ron was yet another boy.
Because he
so,
was
like,
the
whatever.
last boy before Ginny.
Because he's the last
and
boy
Ginny's
before
the
Ginny,
last
and
kid,
Ginny's the
yeah.
last kid. But it's so weird because it starts with that, and I was like, that has never, ever been indicated. And these are
No.
just supposed to be Ron's insecurities that, like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's just so interesting that had never been brought up
even
until
been
this
mentioned.
hinted at.
No, yeah. Not even a
Like
little
he's like, oh, I know. Like it was just. It's weird for it to start there because I was like, this is so.
Yeah.
But
Out
also,
of nowhere.
anytime gender is now brought up in this book series,
I know,
I'm like,
I know. Yeah, I know.
So that was it. Then it's like you're useless. You're not very good at much. Blah 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 blah. It's kind of just like reading him. It's really a reading challenge for the locket.
The library is open.
The
in
library
this
is
locket.
open. The locket is wearing like big spectacles,
Yeah.
doing the reading challenge. And then it's like, and your best friend and the girl you like don't even like you. And then it conjures these like bubble forms of Harry and Hermione that like
Yeah.
are almost like ghosty, where they like are connected to the locket.
Yeah.
But they like are forms. It's very interesting. It makes sense when you read the paragraph, but they come to life. They look like Harry and Hermione, and yet they're both a more like attractive but like evil version of them.
Yeah.
this has to be so crazy for Harry watching. Like, he
I know,
really
I
doesn't say
always
how
think that as
crazy
well.
it
I
is,
was like-
but I'm like, you would be like, I'm looking at myself like a evil version of me.
Yeah.
They basically, like, Harry does this, like, you think I'm impressed by you? I'm the chosen one. I'm the boy who lived, honey. You're nobody, doll diva boots.
Yeah.
And then Hermione's like, you think I could ever like you? Someone with red hair and freckles, you fugly skank. And then she's like,
Ginger.
you know who I like? I love Harry Potter, honey. And then they, like,
chosen
make
one.
out.
Yeah,
They
in front of
make
him.
out in front of Ron.
Oh, that was
It's
the other thing. Did you mention the bit about how Harry's like, your mom wants me instead of you as a kid?
Oh,
It was
yes,
like,
yeah.
Your mom
Yeah, that's
confessed
another
she
one.
actually wished I was her son. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, then they make out.
Yep.
and
They're
then-
all up on each other.
Because Ron has, like, faltered. Like, he's being deceived by this whatever, and he, like,
Yeah.
can't immediately strike the locket. And
Yeah.
then they kiss, and then he finally gathers the courage to, like,
To do some.
to break the locket. He destroys it.
But there is a moment where Harry thinks he sees like red in his eye or something. So there's like a half
Yes.
second where he doesn't know if he's coming for Harry or like for the.
Because he has the
locket.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting that because it's like the end of a sentence and then immediately it's like, and then the locket was destroyed. That's the
Yeah, and then
next
it was
sentence.
gone.
And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
if you want us to build this, sorry, this is like a writing note. If you want us to build this apprehension of like, is he gonna use the sword to like strike Harry instead? Like he's so mad.
Yeah.
You have to set it a little bit so that there's time where we don't know what's about to happen. It can't be like, and then his red eyes, and then the locket was broken.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you want me to believe that he's like gonna do it or not? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. So he breaks the locket, and then Harry is like, well, this was weird. Wasn't this a little weird for everybody?
Because Ron's like crying.
Ron's crying, and
Harry's
of
like-
course they're both being very British boys about it and not,
Yeah.
consoling each other or anything, not being
Not
warm
right
or
away.
affectionate.
He does come and try, put his hand on Ron. So he tries to offer some comfort. Adam, that's a lot for Harry Potter.
It's a lot for Harry Potter. I do agree. So he like first like lets Ron kind of like be sad, and then he's like, I think of, Hermione as my sister. I'm sure she thinks the same of me. The day you left, she cried for like days straight. Like she hasn't talked about you, but like,
she was devastated.
She was devastated. This like very much hurt her. She does not like me.
Yeah.
And then does offer a bit of consolation to Ron. So then they go back. Oh, the other thing that is very funny is like Harry's like, you did it. You did the Horcrux. Good job.
Yes, yeah. I love this
and
part.
then Ron's like, all I did was just like stab a locket with a sword. He's
like, you're making me sound way cooler than I actually was.
Harry's like, that's what I've been saying for years.
Yeah.
I'm not that cool.
Yeah. It
as
never
people
feels
who have
as
read this book
cool.
series, I agree. Harry Potter is not that cool. He's not a cool person.
It's so true though, because it is like he's like, that's what I've been trying to tell you guys for years, that like whenever like you hear the story, you're like, oh wow, how badass. But he's like, it never is actually that way.
Right.
It's like you're barely like getting by with the skin of your teeth, basically.
Yeah. So they go back to the tent. Harry wakes Hermione up.
Yeah, I know. This was crazy. They're just like, all right, well, back to the tent. Let's go.
Yeah. No other conversation. Very boy of them.
Yeah.
They go back to the tent. They wake Hermione up. Harry wakes Hermione up, and then he's like, someone's here to see you. So, like the way you would wake up a child when like grandmas come to visit.
Yeah.
Someone's here to see you. She wakes up and immediately Hermione goes ballistic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they both think she's going to be like, "Oh, Ronald, welcome home. I love you. Like, thank goodness you're back." And she is like,
I don't know why
"You're a
that
piece of
Yeah.
trash."
I don't know why. He's not getting out of this, like, completely unscathed. Like, sorry.
No.
I think he needs to get a little bit of, like, what she's given.
A lashing.
Yeah.
She starts like punching him. Harry has to use a Protego charm to like keep her away from him, which is actually very funny. And then she is like, so.
Yeah.
What now, diva? And so then this is now Ron is going to share his story of what he's been doing since. Because he starts being like, "I splinched myself. I lost a fingernail."
You don't know what
like,
it was
"Oh my
like for
God."
me.
You don't know what it's like for me. And she's like, "Oh my God, Harry, can you believe?
What must it have been like for you?
We nearly like were killed by Voldemort like 2 days ago after Nagini attacked us. But you're right. We should think of Ronald and his fingernail."
Oh, yeah, his fingernail, yeah. But also she says, "You know who" as well. Did you notice that?
Yes,
'Cause
I
was
did
like,
write that down.
A part of me thinks she would have yelled Voldemort out loud just because she was so mad at him. Like, I was like, she would have been like,
I
"We
thought the
almost got
same
murdered by
thing.
fucking Voldemort!"
First of all,
Like,
she would have been
hello.
cussing.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, again, the Voldemort thing is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
So Ron explains that immediately after he left, he tried to find them again, but they had already left, and then it was like it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So he first runs into Snatchers, and they're like, "What are Snatchers?"
Yeah, this is a new thing.
This is like a weird. Oh, there's also. Oh my God, I have to find this line, and I don't know at what point it comes in. There is a line, Ari, that truly I was like, "Joe, you cannot help yourself. You simply can't."
When she's talking about her, is it something that she says about Hermione?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this okay? So this is before he even talks about the Snatchers. I'm gonna read this paragraph leading up to it. "I knew you weren't dead," bellowed Ron, drowning her voice for the first time and approaching as close as he could with the shield charm between them. "Harry's all over the Prophet, all over the radio. They're looking for you everywhere. All these rumors and mental stories. I knew I'd hear straight off if you were dead, and you don't know what it's been like." What it's been like for you? Her voice was now shrill. Only bats would be able to hear it soon.
She loves to use the word shrill.
She just loves explaining
For
how
Hermione
shrill Hermione's
specifically,
voice is. Okay. So yes, Ron runs into Snatchers. They don't know what Snatchers are. He explains that they're now like basically people who have decided it's
bounty hunters.
They're basically bounty hunters for like Muggle-born people who are trying to like escape the government, the ministry. Yeah. And so they like turn them in for a ransom.
Yeah.
Is this like the equivalent of like people who would like catch slaves who were trying to escape? Gross.
Yeah.
So he runs into them. He manages to get away from them because he tells them he's Stan Shunpike.
I know. I love that that's who we thought of right away. But I was like,
I didn't understand that either, because if they're looking for Muggles, I don't know why he didn't just say I'm Ron Weasley. Do you know what I mean?
He's supposed to be home, isn't he? And then also he's just like a blood
But do we
traitor.
think like random Snatchers
would know? Yeah, maybe not.
All that stuff? Like the way it's described is that they're specifically looking for Muggle-born people. And I guess if like Harry, they ran into Harry Potter, they would probably try to snatch Harry Potter too. But Harry Potter is like a recognizable person. I don't think the Wizarding World, like, am I supposed to believe that the Wizarding World also knows about Ron Weasley? Because that's the whole thing, is that nobody knows about Ron Weasley.
Yeah.
Like,
they
that's his whole...
Harry.
Whatever. Anyway, he tells him he's Stan Shunpike. And then they're like arguing amongst themselves. And he uses that opportunity to get away from them and also manage to steal one of their wands. That's very important.
Yes.
And then he just is like on his own for months, like trying to figure out where the fuck they are. He doesn't know how to find them. He doesn't know what to do. But he's also in hiding himself. This is also what's crazy.
He didn't go home at all, or he went home briefly after the snatching.
He doesn't say he goes home at all.
Yeah.
Which is... I mean, there's probably a part of him that wants to be like, he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because one of the things they say right at the end is like, go back home to mommy or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm sure that's part of it. But like, yeah, he doesn't...
He doesn't say he goes back home, yeah.
He doesn't say he goes back home. So he bebops around for a while trying to hide.
He's just bebopping.
At one point, he does say that he has a sleeping bag.
Yes.
Which is fine.
Just that?
But he also... Okay, I want everybody to picture what a sleeping bag looks like. And picture it rolled up, okay? It's big. Sleeping bags are like like if you roll them up, they're like big bag. They're like a big round thing. Yeah. He doesn't have the he has a rucksack. Yeah. That's described. How is he he's like, does he have multiple clothes? I'm
is
confused
it like a Mary
how
Poppins
he's getting
bag?
around.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't think his bag is the same as Hermione's with her.
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't ask questions. It's fine. So one time he's like playing with his deluminator, or he has the deluminator in his pocket, and he hears Hermione's voice come out of it. He hears his name, and it's Hermione's voice that says it. Mm-hmm. And then Harry in his mind is like, oh, that was when he got brought up, like pretty recently. Yeah. Because that was like the first time he had been mentioned since whatever. So then Ron's like, pulls it out, looks at it. He clicks the deluminator, which again is an instrument that, as far as we know, turns on and off lights.
Electricity. Yeah, it's connected to electricity.
Okay. That's what its job is. He clicks the deluminator. A ball of energy comes out of it and then goes into him. And he is again, how lucky all this happens. Yeah. He is just suddenly gifted with the knowledge of like where he has to go.
So I know obviously the deluminator is a invention of Dumbledore's, but I'm just trying to figure out, what does this mean about the deluminator then? That it'll lead you where you need to go? Like, because do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what is the connection between turning out the lights and then you guiding? I don't know.
Wyatt talks Wyatt hears Hermione say Ron's name.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because like, is the implication that like,
it shows you the light that you need to see?
I understand. I understand this is a magical world. I understand that everything is made up. I totally buy it. Yeah. That's fine.
That's not the problem.
And I'll believe that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a logical flow from one thing that we know it does to the other.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What is the connection between those two things? Because I can't really see what that is.
I hate that it's the deluminator, because while I think it's fun and it's a nice reference to like the first book, and that's why he gets it and whatever. Yeah. It could have been another thing that's just new that we don't know what it does. And then all of a sudden, that's what it does. Because I don't know why it makes sense for it to do these two things.
Yeah.
The ball of energy, I guess I can like be like, okay, sure, right? Yeah. Lights, energy, electricity. I can take that.
Go with it. Yeah.
But then it comes into my body, and then I just know where I have to go.
And then I know where to go. Yeah.
What do you mean, Diva? And why would it not have led you? Why wouldn't, how come it couldn't have worked earlier? Because
why did it take her saying the name?
By the way, it says that he has been clicking on and off the lights while they were camping, while Hermione was reading, and it like led her to get annoyed. So he's been using it. It's not like it's been stowed away and it has whatever. He's used it before.
Yeah.
So it's annoying that like they've been searching for something. Mm-hmm. I don't like this. It really bothers me, and it's fine, and it is what it is. But it's like, the frustrating part about this book specifically, and the reason that people don't like the camping section, is because like it will go through these periods where like nothing happens, and then like everything happens, but there's no good reason it happens. It just happens. And then we go back to nothing happening, and then like something happens, and it's all just like kind of coincidence, and everything falls into place. And it's like, that's fine for the first few books, but it's like, this is book 7, this is the end of your series. Like, it just feels like I wish she had like been more strategic, that like their strategy is what gets them over the finish line. So much of this feels like they just like stumble into shit. And I'm like, well, fine, but like, shouldn't we feel like they've learned magic and grown in their kind of like skills? And like, it's both a combination of like Dumbledore has set them up for a path of success, and also their own like actual intuition and knowledge and whatever. And I guess you could argue that like that's what's happening with like Harry being like, Ron has to do the get rid of the Horcrux. But no, because I also believe that Harry could have just destroyed the Horcrux. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just, I'm not mad at it. I just wish it was like, it wasn't in a chapter where like every single page there's like another like, and then this just happens, and then this just happens. Like the doe just shows up, and then it leads him to the pool, and then Ron just saves him, and there's just like so many things in this chapter are just like, well, wasn't that lucky? But like, did anyone have any skill? Did anyone do anything?
No skill required. I think especially with the Deluminator, again, it just is like she's trying to do something for Ron here, but like it still doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, but it's not significant. Like you said, there's no way that this connects to what we know about the Deluminator before, and it never gets explained unless listeners tell me if there's something we're missing. But like, I don't think it does ever get explained. It's just like, oh yeah, and the Deluminator also has that cool thing that it does for Ron, or like did for Ron as well. Cool. Like, but how is that connected? It's just strange. Did you just Google it?
I on the Harry Potter Wikipedia page that says the function of the Deluminator was to take or release light. Okay? When pressed would absorb the nearest light source, and a light ball would fly toward the Deluminator. If the light was already taken, the Deluminator would release the light. The light would go back to the source of the original light. Go back to their source of the original sources nearby. Otherwise, the light would stay at the Deluminator. There seemed to be another use, as demonstrated by Ron Weasley, whenever the user's name was mentioned in a conversation. But like, whenever the user's name was mentioned in a conversation. And people are talking about Dumbledore all the time, so like it's just always talking. Like the Deluminator is just like
and whose name when who is speaking?
I'm supposed to believe that Molly Weasley has never mentioned Ron's name in the months that he's had it.
Yeah, that
like this is
well.
like another thing,
like,
because like it would have been interesting if they had realized, like, he has like been able to hear snippets of Molly while they were camping, and that was making him more upset, was that he's like getting scared, but they can't do anything about it, right? Like, you could have set that up earlier, and then that's what's frustrating, is that maybe they know specifically not to say Ron's name because he'll overhear them, and they're trying to like weed him out.
Yeah. And also, like, it's not, because if it is Hermione saying his name specifically, how did Dumbledore didn't know that they were involved in that way? Like, would it have been for Harry or Hermione to say his name? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, there's just so many things that aren't explained in terms of like this situation with the
and it just feels like it's like
Ron.
a completely different function.
Yeah. It's not connected to what we know about it at all.
It's a light thing, but it's also like an Apple pen, an Apple pencil.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it's also now a fully different instrument. It drives me crazy.
It's weird.
Okay. He follows he knows where to go. It allows him to apparate to where they are. He stays in that location, which is where they had been. He walks around a bunch. So earlier in the chapter when we were talking about how they had been like, oh, somebody was out there, it was Ron. Mm-hmm. But somehow they never
hear him.
Because he was calling for them, or he wasn't calling for them, but they did hear him, but they didn't know it was him. It's very weird because that also doesn't really make sense.
Did they say they thought they heard someone saying their names or talking?
It's weird. It says they hear like muttering.
Okay.
And he says like he was looking for them. Now, granted, Ron is probably not saying Harry, Hermione, like he's not crazy.
Yeah.
But they also like overhear and see an entire like goblin crew having a conversation.
Yeah.
But they don't, like, Ron is somehow just far enough out of the reach, but also like it doesn't make sense. Why would he can't see them, but there's no reason they can't see him.
Yeah, right.
And it's not described as like it's a whiteout blizzard, so that's what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay. He follows them again. He realizes that he's like, I sensed the presence was gone, that you weren't there anymore because they had disapparated under the cloak.
So right. He was like, I must have missed you.
He does the Deluminator again. And now I don't understand why he couldn't have just shown up at the pond. Like, if we're gonna do this, cut out the bit where he follows them.
Yeah.
Anyway, he follows them again. The Deluminator works again for him to just apparate to where his friends are.
Yeah.
Which is the function of the Deluminator.
So again, it's specifically just Hermione and Harry, which if Dumbledore knew Ron was going to abandon them or at some point or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, but how does he know that? Because he only knows Harry. He doesn't know the dynamic between these three at all. He thinks Harry likes Hermione at one point. Like asks if Hermione has a crush on, or if Harry has a crush on Hermione, and Harry's like, oh no, we're just friends. Like, so he doesn't know about the trio's dynamic.
No, not at all. And he's not particularly interested in knowing their dynamic. Yeah, and that's fair, but like...
Yeah.
Hermione's gift makes way more sense, and we're about to like fully get to it in like the next 2 chapters, but like...
Yeah.
This
is the Deluminator is very I know, and again it's such a shame because it's with Ron once again. It's just like she doesn't care enough about Ron.
I don't understand why, like, because I guess you could be like, well, it's because either you would have to believe that Dumbledore added this as a function before he died, knowing that this was going to happen. Like, right, he has to know all this stuff. Fine.
Yeah.
You could even be like, of the 3 of them, I would guess Ron would be the one to be like, get annoyed and walk away, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Take a wild guess. But then, like, he would have to add it as a function that it only brries him back. Like, is it that the Deluminator
specifically
only hears their references to Ron? Like,
I
don't. Because, like, again, would
know.
it be anyone that says Ron's name?
That's the thing. It's very... Is it just Hermione specifically?
There's no way you're ever going to convince me that Molly Weasley in 6 months has not mentioned Ron's name once.
No.
You're simply not going to convince me of that.
I think, no, I agree with you. I think we're just supposed to believe it's only with Hermione and Harry. But again, then it's like, okay, but then how? How is that? What power does this thing have that has never shown any power like that or a similar power before? Like, it's just like, okay, we are just supposed to be like, okay,
get used again. It's not been like later. He like is now like, oh, and the Deluminator leads us to where we need to go. Like, nope. The function of the Deluminator, by the way, is done at this point. Like, you can just, as a reader, you don't need to think about the Deluminator ever again. It will not come back.
Yeah.
They're not going to take out all the lights of Hogwarts to, like, sneak in or anything like that. It is not going to come back.
Yeah.
Anyway. So it leads him to the pond, which is where he found Harry, and now they know where they are. They tell the rest of the story. He broke the Horcrux.
Yeah.
Hermione is calmer, but is not like, and you're forgiven.
Yeah,
God
he's
bless
not off
you.
the hook. Yeah.
No. But she is like, she just like goes back to lay down in her bed and go to sleep. Goes back to sleep. And I do like the way the chapter ends where he's like, well, at least I didn't get birds chucked at my head again.
Yeah, I remember those birds, yeah.
And then she's like, don't think I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, she's like, I'm still considering it.
Yeah. And that's the chapter. We're back with the Golden Trio.
Yes, they are back together. All is right in the world except whatever the hell is going on with this Deluminator. It is so frustrating because it doesn't make sense. And it is such a sweet thing of like the ball goes into his chest and near his heart and he knows where to go. But I'm like you said, it should have been a different item then because this item, that doesn't do.
And it would be one thing if like, I'm trying to think of like another, like it doesn't even work if you're like, well, it's because he loves Hermione. He wants to get back with Hermione because like, then you have to define like, well, then it would know a specific different type of love because like he loves his family. Like Ron is from the family that loves each other.
Yes. Yes.
Whatever. It's fine. And also, why would it lead him to Harry? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I don't care.
All right. That wraps up this chapter. Next week, we'll be reading chapter 20, Xenophilius Lovegood. We do not have any comments today. So we'll see you hopefully next week with some thoughts.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yes. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts, as well as video versions on the Ampliverse YouTube channel and Spotify. As always, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe so that we can get a perfect Newt score. 5 stars only, or else you'll have to write an essay on the Deluminator and why we should think that this is these things
Smart.
are properly connected. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HPAnxious or YouTube at The Ampliverse. We are hosted on Spotify for podcasters, so thank you to them. And we are a proud member of The Ampliverse. Check them out at theampliverse.com. Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Ari.
And as always, Nox.
Deluminate.
Deluminator.